Hey y'all, and welcome to the Behind the Seams with Andrea. Today we are going to be working in the design book, and I want to show you all how it is that I create these three-dimensional drawings that I use in my sketchbook. If you are an artist or have studied art, then you're probably all set. But I can't say for sure. You might learn something new. So for as long as I can remember, I have been doodling kind of in this three-dimensional way. And for me, it comes very naturally. And so today I'm just going to be working with a clear acrylic ruler because it is easier to see the shapes. So much like my designs, I first visualize the shape, and that's what allows me to sketch out the bags with that three-dimensional look, as well as be able to visualize the pattern pieces that I'm going to need. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to sketch out my deluxe diaper bag, and for fun, I will include the PDF for you if you would like to actually make one. And so the dimensions on that exterior front and rear panel is 15 by 15. And so I don't draw it to scale per se, but I am going to make this a 3-inch square. And so if you wanted to convert that to scale, each inch would be the equivalent of 5 inches. And for some of you, it may be easier to work with the graph paper or the dot journals so that you have that grid. For me, I rather prefer the plain paper and a ruler. And so what I've done is sketch out my square, and then I'm just going to come in and use that 1 inch to create that angle at the top. And then I want that same angle at the base, and so I'm just going to use my ruler to gradually move that down to the base, and I'm going to again give that 1 inch of depth. And this would not be to scale then, because the side panels of this bag are actually 6 inches. But for me, the sketches are more just so that I can see what the bag is going to look like. And so then same thing up here at this top corner, I want to give myself that 1 inch angle there. And then I'm just basically connecting those lines, and you can see that now I have this nice cube drawn with the dimension of that top, which is an open top, and then that side panel. And if you wanted, you could come in and you could add that base panel as if you can kind of see through the bag as if it were transparent, just by drawing that 1 inch angle there and then connecting that over to the other corner there. So that would be the base panel of the bag, and then I can connect these inner corners here, and that would be my left hand side panel. And so that kind of gives me this like inside view. If I wanted, I could sketch in the pockets and things like that. So this bag does have an exterior pocket, and so I'm going to try and come in at that same angle and sketch that in. And then it has 2 side snaps. And the handles do get a little bit trickier for me because I can't use a straight ruler to sketch those. So a lot of times I will just draw the handles as if they are upright. And so usually if I can get that first U in place, then I can hold my hand steady enough to get the second U around, and then I clean it up by just coloring in that handle. So then if it went a little wonky, I can clean that up with some shading on that. And colored pencils are great for these initial sketches, and then you can go back in if you like and add more detail with your markers. And so that's basically how I sketch out the bags. If I wanted front pockets, I could put those on there like that and then color that all in. And again, this interior kind of transparent look is completely optional. Actually, when I'm looking at this, I think I wouldn't have that line right there. So I'm just gonna color in this pocket and hide that. So I think that that would not be showing. If you were working entirely with a regular #2 pencil or a leaded pencil, you could erase that. And that might be a good idea for those of you that are just learning how to draw in the 3-dimensional way there. And so also up here, I think I would have erased that line as well. And then I still need to put on the second handle here, and that might get a little tricky. I try to get it about the same height. And that'll actually let me hide that line there that I didn't really want there. And overall that doesn't look too bad. And then so that would be the exterior view. Then what I like to do for the interior is just draw a bird's eye view as if you're looking down into the bag versus looking at it from the front or the rear. And so I'm just going to draw that 3 by 1 inch rectangle as if I was looking down into that bag. And then I like to go ahead and sketch in the pockets so that I know what kind of pockets that I'm going to have on the inside. And so for this bag, I have 2 slip pockets on each side, and you have a lot of flexibility how you can divide those. I'm just going to divide them in half each, and then there are some elastic bands here on the side that hold water bottles nice. And so basically that's how I would sketch out my bag in 3-dimensional, using 3-dimensional shapes. And then I of course would make a note of the pattern pieces and the quantity of each. So those exterior body panels are 15 by 15, and I need 2 for the interior and 2 for the exterior. And then my side panels and my base panels are 15 by 6, and I need 3 for the interior and 3 for the exterior. And then these side pockets are 18 by 6, and there are 2, 1 on each side, so I'm going to need to cut out 2 of those, and those are folded in half to create a pocket that's 9 by 6. And then on the inside, I have 2 pocket panels that are 18 by 18, and those are also folded in half to create a pocket panel that's 9 by 9. And my handles are 6 inches by 30 inches, folded in the typical Sewspire fashion, and I need 2 of those. For this project, I like to use like a home deck or a thick twill. A wax canvas is also nice. So you have a lot of options. If you're going to go with the cotton, you would want to include some batting with that. When I work with the thicker fabrics, I just use the fabric alone and it works out quite nice. I sometimes will put a center snap there to draw in that top closure, and if you've been making bags with me for some time now, you could easily add a zipper top closure to this. So I hope that was helpful to you, and I just want to encourage you to get your ruler and your pencils and just play with those shapes, and it doesn't take much practice at all, and you can create some pretty nice 3-dimensional drawings. So as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful week, everyone.